For this lesson today, you might need black oil pastels, which you could find right here. Or you might choose to work with various thicknesses of Sharpie, which you can find right here in the window. Paper for this project is going to be located in this drawer. It's the smaller paper. I'll go ahead and tag it for you. So we're going to work on some leaf abstractions. So the first thing I want you to do before you start to work on creating these is to maybe find some different images of leaves. You should be able to type in HD so that we find really nice high quality images. Abstract leaf. You could use the word leaf. I'm going to try to see if we could do leaf, and I'm going to put the word painting. No, I'm going to put photograph. You could put the word painting, you could put the word design. There's a lot of different stuff you could put in. And then we want to search under images. And you should be able to pull some different ideas and look at them from the internet. And there's a lot of different ways you could do this. You could choose just a leaf, or you could draw other things. This one has a snail. But I'm pretty much filling up my eyes with images, and then I'm going to draw from those images. I don't necessarily have to make them totally realistic. I'm going to grab that. So here I've got like a leaf with a branch coming out, okay? And so I'm going to switch over to my paper. I could choose to draw that with a Sharpie or an oil pastel. I'm just going to look at it. It doesn't have to be on the grid. I don't want to actually grid this. I want this to be a real free picture, and I'm just sketching it out. If you feel uncomfortable starting straight from oil pastel because it doesn't erase, you could do pencil, but this again needs to be a quicker drawing, not one that's going to take 5 days. Probably it should take about 10 minutes at the most. Okay, so if it's taking more than 10 minutes, you're spending too much time on it. And then I'm noticing that all I'm doing when I'm drawing this is just kind of looking and saying, yes, I want to keep it that way, or no, maybe I want to add a branch in there even though there's not a branch. So this is totally different than the drawing we've done before where it has to be totally perfect and as close as possible. This is more of a free image. And we're trying to make some autumn images. So you're looking for autumn leaves. And then one of the things you might want to do is when you're working with the oil pastel and you don't want to drag your hand across it, it'll smear it. Darken that line so that you'll get a nice, strong image. Okay, so you're going to create a strong line. You might want to show where the veins are. And when you're doing veins on leaves, you put a center line like that. And sometimes I'll even turn it so that my hand feels like it's going the right way. And then I want to branch out from one direction, going up. I try not to put in as many as what you'll probably see on your leaves, just because it fills up the space too much and you end up not having enough area to put in other things. And then usually on the opposite side, the way most leaves work is they're not directly right across. They're not as symmetrical as you would think. And they're usually just a little bit off. So you could do that. So again, we're just going to put those in, and then we're going to go a little bit off so it looks a little bit more realistic. And then we want to darken the lines so that it's a strong line, not fat. Okay, I'm not necessarily making it fat. I just want to make it strong enough to where I can't really see too much of the paper through that line, so that it's a higher contrasting line. And then I would create that throughout my piece, making sure that those lines are nice and strong. After I've done that, now there's a couple of things I could do. I actually am thinking I only want to use these leaves. I don't think I want to use the branch even. I just want to use the leaves, so I'm not going to darken anything else. I'm going to just do that, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is add some paint to this, all right? So I could do this. I could also create a leaf using Sharpie. We find a different leaf to work from. think I want maple leaf or, ooh, there's one. Okay, so maybe I want a leaf that's going to be shaped like this. And I could even invent my own leaf if I wanted to. I'm just filling up my eyes with those shapes. Again, you can totally do this with a pencil first if you're more comfortable. Then I want to put my veins. So if you're more comfortable working with a Sharpie, you can do that. One thing I'm going to do a little bit of is just kind of making sure I have a little bit of shading around it. I might do some hatching on one side so it looks a little bit more interesting. So I'm thinking about like where if the sun was shining on this, where would the shadow be, the cast shadow? Okay, maybe some shadow here, a little bit here, a little bit under this. Okay, so that works for me. So now I've got a leaf that I could work with. I actually have two. I have one that is oil pastel, and I have one that is Sharpie, and it's your choice on how you want to do it. You could even draw a leaf like with the Zen Doodling book, okay? So I could create a leaf here, and instead of creating it just as it appears with veins, like I might do a stem here, I could fill it with Zen Doodles, like inside. Like I could do something like that, and then have different Zen Doodles in each section. So you can kind of play around with that. It has, this Zen Doodling book has lots of different things you could do, but also the Zentangles have like different sections step by step, and they're in the back window between, I think it's like the second window, between the second window and the third window in the very back of the room. So you could get these and just start creating Zen Doodles through this area to get kind of connected to it. So you could do that. It's up to you. And then, but after you've created these, you're going to do this.